Hey guys, we've got a major update on the Titan submersible. The wreckage photos and debris support the theory that the carbon fiber hull failed first, according to experts. In May, OceanGate boasted on their website that Titan is the only submersible with a carbon fiber hull capable of diving deeper than others at 2,500 feet. Its unique shape maximizes space for tourists. Now, let's discuss what the debris reveals. Many are shocked by the appearance of large, intact pieces. What can we learn from those images in St. John's of them bringing the debris up? Now, the first thing the expert mentions in terms of the debris is that the titanium structural rings are intact, according to photos. And what that means is it shows that titanium was the right material to use and the linking with the composite was possibly the wrong material to use, because that's still together. Also, the front viewport of the ship seems to have failed. That's likely due to the implosion. You can see that the picture there is nothing in the porthole other than a red cable being used to lift it. So in my opinion, the porthole probably just blew out during the implosion. I don't think the porthole failing caused the implosion to happen. I think it was a cause and effect thing where the hull fails and it blows the porthole completely out. I do agree there's no way in an effort to bring this up in salvage yet if the porthole was somehow intact to where it hadn't blown out, they would leave that alone. They want it. Break it to make it bringing it up easier on the cable. They're not going to tamper with evidence like that. It was already blown out, in my opinion, due to the implosion, because all of the surrounding structure of the porthole is completely together. So the implosion happens within the carbon fiber hull, and that blows the porthole out completely. And then the third observation, no large slabs of the hull seem to have been recovered. The investigators recovered large fragments of the covering of material that was placed above the carbon fiber hull, but they don't seem to have much on the carbon fiber hull itself, with there being no true remains of the hull. That leads us to believe it was the main failure and it got completely destroyed and the hull essentially would be impossible to recover because it would be in millions and millions of pieces. According to this expert, both the window failing and the hull falling would have led to the implosion of the Titan. If the front viewport had failed first, the pressure on the hull would have been slightly less intense, resulting in larger pictures of the hull. This suggests that the hull is likely the cause of the failure. In 2018 and 2019, Stockton, Russia was warned about the risky use of carbon fiber for the hull. The key difference with other submersibles that go deep is the carbon fiber hull and its shape. Over time, the carbon fiber hull weakens due to repeated pressure, making it susceptible to failure. The absence of larger hull fragments supports the notion that the carbon fiber hull was completely destroyed. Additionally, there are no carbon fiber fragments attached to other debris, indicating that the joint was not strong enough to withstand the pressure. The absence of the visible carbon fiber on the joints could mean one of two things. Maybe the joint failed. That would be caused by an improper application of glue onto the joint, which could lead to problems. Titan was the first deep-sea vehicle with the hull made mainly from carbon fibers. The ability of carbon fibers to withstand repeated cycles of stress, especially compressive stress under deep-sea pressures, is not well understood, making it difficult to design safe hulls based on carbon fibers. So that is a little bit of the science behind what likely led to this. So, we're expecting the investigation to go on. They're going to look through it. It could be a number of different things. But based on what they have recovered with the debris, the estimation, and this was kind of thought of when it happened and when it was confirmed that it was an implosion, the estimation is that the carbon fiber hull is the main faulty point of Titan, and the fact that it received intense pressure over and over and over again didn't help it, and it just weakened it to a point where it was going to be inevitable, and then it ended up failing. And then we've got more issues with it, too, where the Titan submersible's hull apparently was made of expired carbon fiber. So carbon fiber is already a risky game. Getting it expired and using it as a main component to your deep-sea submersible, probably not a good idea. Only one thing concerned me. This according to someone who was on board the submersible for an expedition back in May when the trip was stopped by weather. So this is the person who was right before the Titan imploded. This is their quote. Only one thing concerned me. Rush said he had gotten the carbon fiber used to make the Titan at a big discount from Boeing because it was past its shelf life for use in airplanes. That was according to someone who was going to be on it. Rush then replied with Boeing, and even NASA's had participated in the design and testing of Titan. That was according to Rush. Boeing has since denied the involvement, and NASA said it only served in a consulting capacity. According to reports, Boeing was not a partner on Titan and did not design or build that. Boeing has found no record of any sale of composite material to OceanGate or its CO. That was according to a company statement after it had been reported that Rush was bragging about Boeing being involved in the design of Titan. So we're getting a lot of information there. That's a crazy story, though. The idea that he got the carbon fiber from Boeing because it was expired and they couldn't use it for airplanes, so he used it for Titan. Of course, Boeing's going to come out, deny everything. But if that actually happened, that would be crazy. Also, the fact that OceanGate was bragging that Boeing was behind the design. Even if they did sell them carbon fiber, you can't just go around saying that, Boeing completely denies it. I guess they'll have to, look back and do an investigation to see how this thing was actually made and if it was expired, carbon fiber or not. But guys, that is going to do it for this video, this update on the Titan submersible situation. In all likelihood, it was the carbon fiber hull possibly expired. Maybe not. That might just be anecdotal because either way, there were multiple people 4 years ago warning this type of thing could happen if you keep putting pressure onto it. And that's exactly what came of it. Other people wondering why would they use carbon fiber if it was such a risk? I've been told carbon fiber is cheaper and it's easier to replace. That would be one of the reasons. Also, if you want to fit 5 people on this, there's a lot more surface area to cover. Using a heavier duty and higher standard option would cost more. To save money, they tried using a lower quality option, but it didn't work out. They faced consequences, just like running in water. You can only keep going for so long before it catches up to you. And it did, officially.